What's going on, guys? Today we have the long overdue updated quarterback tier list. Before we get started though, of course, if you are new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications. But yeah, let's just get started. So getting started here, we have Aaron Rodgers. To me, Aaron Rodgers is the best of the Slinger 1 pocket quarterbacks. I think Slinger 1 to me is the best release short to mid. Slinger 3 I think is the best as far as like having a good deep release but also keeping that good short release. Gen 3 is just solid all around to me, as well as, you know, Josh Allen's release, Joe Burrow's release, all kind of similar. So those are like the three main releases you're going to see if we kind of go through these top tier quarterbacks. I guess like Trevor Lawrence is the only real different one. Even Traditional 1, which is Brady's release, is actually pretty good with Gunslinger, so that's why Brady's going to stay pretty high. Some releases do kind of transform with Gunslinger, but the main releases you're going to see today, Slinger 3, Slinger 1, and probably Gen 3. And then maybe like I said, Burrow and Allen have their own custom releases. But for Aaron Rodgers, Slinger 1 from the pocket gets good abilities as well. Does get the pro reads ability, which makes him immune to pressure, so you don't need to run Fearless on this card, which is pretty nice to have. So I think I used to run Protected for free with Hot Route and Pass Lead. That was my setup on Aaron Rodgers when I ran him. It was this setup right here for 5 AP. And like I said, pro reads is like Fearless. However, it's not on the whole game though, which could be a problem on some throws, but it's on a good amount of the time. So I'm cool with not running Fearless on Rodgers and just running pro reads. I'm definitely cool with that. So with that being said, Aaron Rodgers right to the top of A tier. There's a lot of S tier, top tier QBs right now on Ultimate Team. It's a little bit crazy. And one more thing I have to say is in this game right now, you can really use any of the quarterbacks in the top two tiers, debatably even up to like Elway. A lot of these quarterbacks, they get good enough discounts. If you have a good receivers, they get enough discounts. And 12 AP for me, I find it kind of hard to fill out. You know what I mean? So realistically, if you wanted to, use whatever quarterback you want, use whatever name you want. Yes, there are some that are better than others. That's just the way it's going to work. But realistically, you can win plenty of games with any quarterback in the top two tiers. You definitely could, easily. So now we have Dante Culpepper. And this right here is an example of a Gen 3 quarterback. To me, Gen 3 is good. Like, I like it. If you didn't watch the Dante Culpepper video, I made a video on the new Randall Cunningham card yesterday. And it's solid. It's solid. It's not bad. It's solid. I kind of like the back foot release it has for deep balls. I kind of like it. I like Gen 3 in some instances. But Culpep, he's 260, 6'4", with 95 speed, good acceleration, good throw power, good ball carrier stats. Usually when a quarterback's got all green like this, he's really nice. And then for the abilities, of course, I think I used to run on Culpep. I think my setup was Pass Lead, Fast Break, and probably Hot Route Master or Fearless. You kind of have that choice there. You don't have to run Fast Break though. You can always run Hot Route Master, Fearless, and Pass Lead for just a 5 AP setup, which is also pretty good. But I think when I ran them, I used to run Fast Break. I don't really run Fast Break anymore, but I think this is probably the best setup. Hot Route, Fearless, and Pass Lead. I would call that like the big three of abilities for quarterbacks. Fearless, Hot Route, and some kind of velocity boosting ability, whether it's Pass Lead or whether it's Set Feet, doesn't matter. I would call this the big three. So if I keep saying the big three, that's what I'm talking about throughout this video. So Culpep, the big three for 5 AP with those stats and a solid release, I think definitely does land him towards the top of A tier, about where Drew Brees is. If you like moving a little bit more, maybe you go with Culpep over Brees. It's kind of up to you. Brees to me is solid. He's nothing crazy, nothing special. He's just solid. 5'11", Slinger 1. He's solid. I think him and Culpep are pretty close to each other. I mean, obviously Brees has the release, but Culpep kind of has everything else, honestly. Hey, one thing about Drew Brees though, he does get the big three for 3 AP. He does get, you don't need Gunslinger on a Slinger 1 quarterback. You really don't need it. You can use it. It definitely helps out that deep release a little bit, but short to mid really makes no difference. So, you know, Hot Route, Fearless, and Set Feet for just 3 AP. The big three for 3 AP on Drew Brees is obviously pretty nice with decent speed, 5'11", Slinger 1 from the pocket. This card's obviously very good. That's why he's towards the top of A tier in a game where the quarterback landscape is heavily saturated with really good options. So next up, we have Leon Sandcastle, the first Slinger 3 quarterback that we're going to be looking at today. You're going to see people say Slinger 3 is good. You're going to see people say Slinger 1's good. It really just comes down to preference and whichever one you like better. I'm not going to give you an answer. I personally like Slinger 1 a little bit better. That's just me. I've used both for a good amount this year. I like Slinger 1 a little bit more. But again, that's just my opinion. That just fits my playstyle, I guess, a little bit better. But Leon Sandcastle, 98 speed. This is actually his running back, so this is the real one. Quarterback Leon Sandcastle, 96 speed, 95 acceleration, 6 foot. Good accuracy stats, good as a ball carrier, carrying a little bit low, but it is what it is. And then for the abilities, the big three is gonna be 2 AP pass lead, hot route master, and fearless. So nice little 5 AP big three right there, but also pretty good versatility. You could run evasive if you want, fast break if you want. You got options there for Leon Sandcastle. So with that being said, we're going to put Leon Sandcastle to the top of S tier, right behind Trevor Lawrence. And next up, we have Mr. Dimes, Daniel Jones, 95 speed, 98 acceleration. And this card right here is one of the most well-balanced cards in the game, in my opinion, at quarterback, because this man can move. He's also a big body at 6'5", 230. Great accuracy stats, even good ball carrier stats, as you can kind of see down here. But also has his own dots X factor. Dots is, I think, perfect accuracy. Perfect accuracy. Yep, perfect accuracy on all throws, which I think I ran it in his gameplay. I'm pretty sure I did, but really nice abilities. Does get the big three for, if we look right here, fearless for 1, hot route for 1, and then set feet for 1. So the big three for just 3 AP, and you could also run a special X factor. He gets the Slinger 3 release, by the way. He used to always get Gen 3. On this card, for whatever reason, they gave him Slinger 1. So the big three for 3 AP, a special X Factor for 4 AP, Slinger 3, good size, can do everything. To me, Danny Dimes is... Danny's up there, man. I really might get a couple comments, a little bit of backlash for this, but I really like the Daniel Jones card, and I'm going to put him ahead of Tom Brady. I'm going to do it, man. It's tough to beat, really, at quarterback what Daniel Jones can do. It's tough. So next man up is Josh Allen. Josh Allen has his own custom release. He has Slinger 4. Good stats, obviously. Can run the ball. He's Josh Allen. 6'5", 237 pounds. If we head down here for the abilities, he does get the big three for, I think, 5 AP? I think it might be 5. If we look right here, he gets fearless. So you got to run fearless here. Set feet here. Oh, it might be 3. No, it's 4. It's 4 AP. Fearless, set feet, and then hot route master. If you don't need hot route though on Josh Allen, you can run fearless, gunslinger, and set feet for just 2 AP. So some really good cheap options on Josh Allen if you don't need hot route master. But of course, good versatility, getting the big three, and also having good size, good stats. To me, he's just like a worse version of Danny Dimes, which is crazy to say that Josh Allen is a worse version of Daniel Jones. Usually it's the other way around in real life, but in this game, Danny's got a better card than Josh Allen. As crazy as that sounds. So next up, we have free agency Lamar Jackson. 98 speed, 97 acceleration, of course. All 32 team chems, great accuracy stats, Slinger 3 as the release. He's Lamar Jackson. This card plays amazing. He definitely plays amazing. However, the abilities do hold this card back a little bit, in my opinion. The big three is 5 AP on this card. The release is good. Stats are good, but again, when you have a guy like Daniel Jones who's getting the big three with a special X Factor for literally 4 AP, it does kind of hurt him a little bit. So I'm going to throw Lamar Jackson. I think I'm going to leave him like in Josh Allen range. I feel like he kind of falls there. If you like running the ball at your quarterback a lot, then Lamar Jackson's a better option. But if you kind of just maybe run the ball at your quarterback in like short yardage scenarios, obviously Josh Allen can run the ball too very well. But I think it is pretty close between these two, and I honestly might take Josh over Lamar. But of course, Lamar is a great card. So next up, we have the All Madden Ken Stabler. Unfortunately, if you haven't been playing this game the whole year, you can't buy Stabler. You have to have the Dave Casper, the Deion Sanders, and the Gronk, put them in a set, and you get Ken Stabler. And this is actually a pretty good reward, because Ken Stabler, even though he came out almost 20 days ago, he's still a top 3, top 4 QB in the game, in my opinion, right now. 90 speed, 88 acceleration, good accuracy stats, Slinger 3 release, and does get the big 3 for 3 AP. Also does get some pretty good free abilities, like Gunslinger and 1 AP Fearless, 1 AP Hot Route, 1 AP Set Feet. So getting the big 3 for 3 AP, and also having his own custom X Factors like Bazooka, Dots, or Run and Gun, depending on what you want to do, I think is really nice at quarterback. So to me, Ken Stabler, I think he's top 3 still in this game. I think he's still top 3. People love this card. I played against him a lot. I've actually never used him. I didn't get Deion, but from what I see of how he plays, playing against him, and seeing his release, and having experience using other quarterbacks in this year's game, getting the cheap abilities, getting those special X Factors, I think Ken Stabler is definitely top 3. And next man up is Randall Cunningham. So this card to me is just a more juiced up version of Dante Culpepper. That's the best kind of comparison I have for you. So if you have Culpep, I mean, this card's still going for 800K. You know, it might be worth to kind of sit on those coins. I don't think he's that much better. I mean, even though it might look that way on the tier list, but really, like, the difference between a lot of these cards isn't that much. Randall Cunningham, though, 97 speed, good acceleration, good accuracy stats, good as a ball carrier. And for the abilities, he does get the big three. Of course he does. He's able to get pass lead for one, hot route master, and then fearless. And this card has like these custom ability buckets. So you have fearless for one, hot route, pass lead, 4 AP with stats like Randall Cunningham has. No special X factors, but I really do like these custom ability buckets. The same way like game changers have those custom ability buckets. These Ring of Honor, what is it called? The Ring of Honor sidekicks or whatever, Ring of Honor supporting cast cards do have the same thing, and also the inductees have the same thing too. But I really like this. This is very golden ticket like. You see the 1 AP versatility really everywhere. You can run protected, high point, agile extender I was trying out yesterday. You can run a lot of different things with these custom ability buckets. So 4 AP, really nice. Randall Cunningham, to me, I'm going to put him right in front of Daniel Jones. It is pretty close between these two cards, though. Honestly, Danny might take it over Randall, though. His Slinger 3 is a better release than Gen 3. The speed is slightly worse on Danny, but Danny gets the big 3 for 3 with an X factor. I think Danny might be over Randall. I'm gonna put Danny over Randall Cunningham. Yeah. So next up, we have Justin Herbert, the man who many believe is the best quarterback right now in Ultimate Team, and there's good reason for this card being number 1. 6'6" with these stats, 92 speed, crazy accuracy stats, even good as a ball carrier. With the Slinger 3 release, and he's able to get the big 3 with Gunslinger, so kind of like the big 4. And Slinger 3 with Gunslinger is obviously a little bit better than Slinger 3 without it, like a lot of these quarterbacks are probably being ran with. But Fearless free, Gunslinger free, Hot Route free, that right there is only 1 AP, and then for a velocity boosting ability, you would definitely go with Pass Lead for 2 AP. So Pass Lead, Hot Route, Gunslinger, Fearless for 3 AP on Justin Herbert with the debatably the best release in the game at 6'6" with these stats. Justin Herbert is an absolute monster. Absolute monster. This card is just ridiculous, and he is amazing. And finally, last but not least, the man who is my favorite quarterback right now in Ultimate Team is 98 overall Mike Vick. These stats with Slinger 1 on a Mike Vick card is just ridiculous. And for the abilities, it gets even crazier, believe it or not. Mike Vick is able to get the big 3, which is pretty nice, of course. I think right now I'm using a 6 AP setup on Mike Vick. I don't really remember exactly what my setup is, but I know I have the big 3 on him. I think I run it like, it might be set feet here. I might use set feet, fearless, hot route. Yeah, I do. I run that, and then it's, wait, no, I think I run 4 abilities, though. How do I run 4 abilities? Oh, because he had set feet here. Okay, that makes sense. Yep, okay. It's set feet here. Yeah, okay, I'm remembering now. Set feet for 1, and then it's hot route for 2, and then fearless puts it at 4, and then I run Gunslinger, I'm pretty sure, because why not? That's 5. And then on top of it, I also have the Truz X Factor for 6 AP. Again, this card doesn't need Gunslinger. I just am trying to spend AP on offense because all my cards are so cheap. So 6 AP for Truz on Mike Vick. Those crazy abilities, all the top tier abilities in the game with these stats and Slinger 1. And I understand that, you know, Justin Herbert probably fits more play styles, but if you play the game anything like me and try to get your quarterback maybe 6 carries a game on the ground, having Truz is super nice. Being able to actually juke and make guys miss with your quarterback is really nice to have. With those stats, he's elite from the pocket, elite as a runner. So I'm going to acknowledge the fact that Justin Herbert fits a lot more play styles, so most likely he'll fit your play style a little bit more. And also, Vick being a lefty takes a little bit of time to adjust. So I'm going to put Vick behind Herbert, but just know it is very, very close. It is, and if you like running the ball at your quarterback, I think Mike Vick is the best option right now in Ultimate Team. Okay, so that is going to do it. Our top 5 today. Number 1, Justin Herbert. Number 2, Mike Vick. Number 3, Ken Stabler. Number 4, Daniel Jones. And then number 5, we have Randall Cunningham. Was Brady snubbed? Let me know down in the comment section. Who's too high? Who's too low? And as always, I will see you boys in the next one.